Welcome to the second installment of How to Save America. First of all, who am I to be putting these things together? No one in particular. I'm just a regular American like you, struggling to make ends meet, trying to raise good kids and enjoy life a little bit along the way. And like many of you, I'm frustrated. Actually, I'm really pissed off as I look around and see what the country that I love has become. Second, what's the ultimate goal? It's not enough just to be angry at something. We need to have a positive goal, something we desire to achieve. For me, the goal is the restoration of the Republic, as it was envisioned and intended, not because of some romantic vision of history, but because the nation as it was conceived was the closest thing to a moral, social, and governmental structure the world has seen since the time of Moses. America is based on a set of ideals, like liberty and justice and freedom. It was the first nation founded on the idea that individuals have unalienable rights and that government exists solely to protect them. These principles, based on Judeo-Christian values, are enshrined in our founding documents. And our unique experiment in individual freedom made us the strongest, the wealthiest nation the world has ever seen. And after 240 years, we're morally and fiscally bankrupt, and our government has devolved into corruption and tyranny.
Now, President Obama and Mrs. Clinton think America is still pretty great. Well, I suppose if I could sell my influence for $200,000 a speech, and if I could use my pen and phone to do anything I wanted, I'd think America was pretty great too. But for the rest of us who have our money and freedom stolen from us as the result, things aren't so great. But we have a solid foundation. We have an inspired Constitution based upon the eternal principles found in the Declaration of Independence, and we have you and I, the American people. I know that you may feel as hopeless. You feel powerless. I have those feelings too. Maybe you've tried to work within the system only to be betrayed. So have I. But that is because the system the powerful and connected have built for themselves is for their benefit, not yours and not mine. But here's the dirty little secret they hope few understand and even fewer act on. It only works if we participate. The powerful have always relied on fear and ignorance to get the serfs to capitulate, to coerce their consent and compliance. But America was grounded on the principle that the consent of the government is paramount. As our government becomes more and more tyrannical, it is time we withdraw that consent and we stop complying with the dictates of an immoral and unjust government. My purpose in putting out this series is to show you how to reclaim our rights and liberties as Americans, to empower you as an individual so you can live the life of freedom and opportunity that God and the founders of our nation intended. Show how solutions to our problems are not complicated but merely require the courage to live a life in which the powerful and connected are irrelevant. The great men and women who founded our nation took on the most powerful nation of their age. They pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to realizing the ideals of liberty, justice, and individual rights for themselves and their posterity. They believed that not even death was worse than slavery. Your freedom is only worth the price you are willing to pay for it. Many of our countrymen have sold it for pennies, easily being bought off with bread and circuses. You need to ask yourself, what is your liberty worth? Next time I will encourage you to take the first step towards America's restoration. It is perhaps the only one that entails no personal risk whatsoever, but could have the most profound implications. Until then, may God be with us, and may we always act with honor and justice.